August 18th, Sunday, John 6:51 to 58. One of the hot news among Christians in Kerala nowadays is about a Eucharistic miracle taking place at Madavana St. Sebastian's Church in Ernakulam. On 21st July, when a 14-year-old girl, Agnes, received the Eucharist in her hands during Holy Communion, the host began to bleed. Later, the parish priest preserved the sacred host in the tabernacle. The following Sunday, the girl was asked to receive the host on her tongue. During that time, she felt the host becoming flesh and she could taste blood. That host also is preserved now in the bishop's house. On the following week, on 4th August, Agnes was attending Mass in the school. Once again, she felt the host turning into flesh, and she found it difficult to consume. The church has not declared it as a miracle. The preserved host will be subjected to a detailed study by liturgical and theological experts and doctors. In today's Gospel, Jesus tells his disciples, "I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Anyone who eats this bread will live forever." However, he doesn't stop there. Jesus continues, "The bread that I give is my flesh for the life of the world." Each of these statements of Jesus must have been pretty outlandish to the people of his day. Jesus then expands this analogy of flesh and blood. He tells his listeners, "Unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you do not have life within you." He also promises them that if they eat his flesh and drink his blood, they will have eternal life, and they will be raised up on the last day. Imagine how they reacted to this statement. Yet, what a wondrous promise, far-fetched though it sounds. When we receive the body and blood of Christ at Eucharist, are we truly aware of whom we are receiving? Or are we simply going through the motions? Jesus came to earth for us. Jesus gave his life for us. And Jesus gives himself to us every time we celebrate Eucharist and receive the body and blood of Christ. Do we appreciate this wondrous gift? Do we give thanks to Jesus for giving his life to save us? The miracle is that Jesus is still in our midst. He is present to us. He is in our midst. By receiving him in the Eucharist, he comes to live within our bodies. He becomes an integral part of ourselves. We become one with Jesus. We become the body of Jesus. Dear friends, let that sink in. Jesus is truly alive in our muscles and blood vessels. He truly remains in us and we remain in Him. This adds meaning to the words of St. Paul. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me. Wishing you a holy Sunday, Father Paul, CSSR from Kerala.